Today we are going to share the #1 tour in La Paz. La Paz is such a hidden gem since it's only 2 hours from Cabo, but not nearly as crowded. This tour takes you to the magical island Isla Espiritu Santo, and one of the highlights is swimming with sea lions. Definitely bucket list worthy. Tours range from 850 pesos and up. We booked a tour with the Hook Experiences, which was a little more at 1,300 pesos, but it was worth it. More on that later. Before we meet to start the tour, we stopped at the Municipal Market General Nicolas Bravo for a small breakfast. Since we'll be on a boat for a while, we didn't want to eat too much. Everything was delicious. I had an empanada with beef and potatoes. The salsa was great. Nefi had a tostada, and we each got an agua de Jamaica. Everything was 25 pesos each, so 100 pesos total, or just about $6. Next, we're off to the magical turquoise waters of the Isla de Espiritu Santo. We were on the boat for about an hour before reaching the Isla Espiritu Santo. The national park and UNESCO World Heritage Site is made up of two main islands, Isla Espiritu Santo and Isla Partida. Our first stop was the bird sanctuary. We pulled into a cove with vibrant green-blue water. The cactus on the island contrasted with the beautiful water is pretty unique. Your guide will explain about the area and how there used to be a pearl farm, and they built the barrier that the birds now sit on. You watch the birds for a while before continuing on. The next stop is another inlet where the native Periku tribe buried their dead in the sea caves. You can even see cave paintings in one of the caves. Your last stop before the main attraction of swimming with the sea lions is a small arch that you can pass under. Finally, you make it to the lobera, which means wolf pack or wolf den, because sea lions in Spanish are called lobos marinos or sea wolves, so it's kind of funny. They take you around the island so you can see them all on the rocks. So what's special about sea lions is the way their feet are. They can actually climb the rocks and get places that you're like, how in the world did they get there? Then you jump in the water with your guide, and we were lucky because our group was only 7 people, and it was actually only 5 of us that got in the water. So I think that was one of the benefits of taking the tour that was 1,300 pesos. It was a little bit pricier than the 850. You see some of the other tours go by and there's 14 people on the boat. So we had a lot of space on the boat, which is really nice. Also, some of the tours don't include your 100 pesos to go on the island, so you want to ask and double check if you're going to have to pay extra for that. Your guide, you'll swim behind your guide. They'll take you through the water, along the rocks and under an arch, and there's actually a lot of fish. I saw this huge rainbow fish and just other colored fish, which was cool. And we saw probably about 6 sea lions. If you see the pictures where there's just 10 of them all around you, that's not really what it's like. So come with reasonable expectations of how many sea lions you're going to see. Also, you cannot do the swimming with sea lions part from June to September because that is mating season and they're a lot more aggressive. So you don't want to swim with them then. You also can't swim when the babies are first born because they're also more aggressive and protective then too. After swimming with the sea lions, which was really probably only about 30 minutes, you start in one spot, you swim through the arch and see the fish and the sea lions, and then the boat picks you up on the other side. And then you come to a beach to have lunch. We had ceviche and sandwiches. We brought our own chips, but they had other chips too, and soda and water. And you're here for about an hour and a half, and you can eat and hang out in this beautiful cove. It's called Ensenada Grande. We did get out to sorry, the seagull's really close to me. Okay. I went out to go snorkeling because they said you could snorkel here, but there's so many people walking around kicking up sand that the visibility is not good. So I would recommend just hanging out on the beach, swimming, relaxing, and hanging out before it's time to go. I can see why this is one of the most popular things to do in La Paz. It is absolutely beautiful and honestly really cost effective, affordable. I was thinking about Cabo. We paid 250 pesos for what was supposed to be an hour tour to see the arch, but because the water was so rough, we didn't go to the other side, so it was only 45 minutes. And since this was 1,300 pesos a person, it was like 216 pesos an hour technically. And we got food. Nefi ate like 3 plates of ceviche, so he definitely got his money's worth. Relaxing on the beach was beautiful. There were a lot of boats, but it didn't feel super crowded, which was nice. And on the way back, we only stopped at one spot to see the rock formations, which were really cool. The rocks are orange here. It's almost like if, Zion National Park had an ocean. It's not maybe as orange as some of the orange rocks in Utah, but it's definitely a really unique, cool landscape. The boat ride back probably took about an hour, maybe an hour and a half, and we got back a little bit before, I think 5:30, so the tour is supposed to be 6 hours. We left at like 11, so it was a little over 6. Like I said, a really good deal for the price that you pay, and it's super fun. I would just go in, with reasonable expectations about the sea lions. Don't expect there to be like 20 just all around you. But we still saw some, and I know that like wildlife encounters in the wild like that are just so hit or miss. You could have a super great day and just have 20 of them, or you could see 1 or 0 even in the water. So I just have expectations about that. The ultimate tour that we really wanted to do was to snorkel with the whale sharks and then do the Isla Espiritu Santo, but the whale sharks weren't here yet. If you Google whale shark season in La Paz, you'll come up with like October to March, April, but really it doesn't start till November. They said that it's just been getting pushed back farther and farther each year as the water temperatures have been changing, and so right now we're here in October 11th, no whale shark tour. So if you're here in the season to do that, the tour guide actually said the best time to see them is February, March. You can see them, in November, December, January, but if you want the best chances, come in the late winter, early spring, I guess is what those dates are. Again, we did this tour with the Hook Experiences. I'll include the link in the description. It's not sponsored. They don't even know I'm posting this to YouTube. I didn't even tell them, so they have no idea. Highly recommend doing the tour with them. I think, like I mentioned, the cost to what you got ratio was very good. Now we are gonna get some dinner, watch the sunset. The Malecon is absolutely beautiful at sunset. We've come at night and during the day, and I think sunset's the best time. The lighting is so nice. It's cool with the ocean breeze, so I'd recommend walking around here after your tour as well. Thank you for joining us. Tomorrow we are going to go to one of the prettiest beaches in Mexico. So don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you tomorrow.